Watching a loved one fade is a pain unlike any other. Sarah's father is slipping away, and she's desperately clinging to memories, trying to hold on. But is she helping or hurting? Discover how Sarah navigates anticipatory grief and learns to find connection in the present moment, revealing a powerful lesson about love and loss. This story will teach you how to deal with grief and the importance of letting go. The quiet room bathed in the gentle afternoon sun held a fragile peace. Sarah sat beside her father's bed, clutching a worn photo album to her chest. Mark lay, still his breathing shallow, the once vibrant man now a shadow softened by time and disease. Every day Sarah visited, bringing fragments of their past in hopes of rekindling the spark that seemed to flicker further away with each passing moment. "Dad, remember this boat?" she began, opening the album to a picture of them smiling wide against the backdrop of a shimmering lake. "You taught me how to fish on this boat. I can still hear your laughter when I caught my first fish." Mark's eyes fluttered open, briefly, unfocused, then closed again. He nodded ever so slightly, but the connection they once shared felt like trying to hold mist. Sarah's heart clenched. This was anticipatory grief, a quiet mourning that eroded her from within as she watched the man she knew disappear before her eyes. The conversations they shared, the jokes, the warm moments, they had all vanished. Instead, there was this aching silence, punctuated only by her desperate attempts to pull him back into memories that no longer lived in his mind. Each visit began the same way. Sarah would lay out photos, recount stories, trying to piece together a man fading fast. But instead of comfort, these efforts frayed her spirit further and planted frustration in both their hearts. Mark's eyes, once bright, now held confusion and fatigue. Sarah's voice would grow urgent, even desperate, as if sheer will could restore what disease was stealing. One afternoon, after a visit soaked in exhaustion and tears, Sarah closed the album and let it rest on the bedside table. She took a deep breath and simply sat quietly beside Mark, his frail hand resting in hers. No photographs, no memories this time, just presence. As they sat, the sun warmed the room, and a sudden flutter of wings outside drew Sarah's gaze to the window. A small bluebird landed delicately on the feeder, its feathers shining brilliantly against the green backdrop. Mark's eyelids twitched. His head turned slowly, eyes fluttering open wide enough to track the bird. A faint, raspy sound emerged, a whisper, struggling to break free. He breathed the word, fragile and imperfect, but entirely his own. Sarah's pulse quickened. It was the first word her father had spoken in a week. Her grief tightened in her chest, not from loss this time, but from the quiet miracle before her. She leaned closer, careful not to disturb the fragile moment. "Yes, Dad," she said softly. "It's a bluebird. It's beautiful." They shared a smile that needed no words and watched the bird together in serene silence. The bluebird danced lightly, unaware of the human souls it touched with its simple presence. In that stillness, Sarah realized the wall she had built between them was made of clinging to a past he could no longer hold. Her grief had isolated them, creating a barrier where love should live freely. By releasing her need to recapture what was lost, she found a new way to be with her father, in the present, in the moment they shared. From that day on, Sarah no longer forced memories or pleaded for the man he once was. Instead, she embraced the man he was now, fragile but still there. Together they found beauty in small things, the quiet warmth of the sun, the flutter of a bird, the soft touch of a hand. In the face of anticipatory grief, Sarah discovered that love was not about holding on to the past, but about gently meeting someone where they are, finding connection not in what was lost, but in what remains. And sometimes that connection can begin with a single whispered word and a bluebird outside the window. Sarah brought a small potted plant with delicate white flowers to her father's room. She placed it on the bedside table, where its gentle fragrance filled the air. One afternoon, Sarah read aloud from a book of poetry, her voice soft and soothing. Mark listened, his eyes closed, as the words painted vivid images in his mind. Sarah learned to appreciate the moments of lucidity that came and went, cherishing the brief glimpses of the man she knew and loved. She began to keep a journal, writing down the stories and memories she wanted to preserve, ensuring that his legacy would live on through her words. Sarah often played soft, calming music in the room, filling the space with melodies that soothed their souls. One evening, as the sun began to set, Sarah and Mark sat in comfortable silence, watching the colours paint the sky with hues of orange and pink. In their shared moments of quiet contemplation, Sarah found a profound sense of peace, realising that love transcends time and space. As the days turned into weeks, Sarah continued to visit her father, finding solace in their shared moments and celebrating the beauty of their enduring bond.